Hello everyone, and welcome to today's YouTube video with Adam Codes, where we are continuing with our series, step 2, customizing the homepage and adding products. But before we do that, I just thought I'll show you some of the pictures I've already gone ahead to research and download for the Bread and Butter online store. And so I got this pretty much pictures from Unsplash and Pixabay if you're familiar with them, but that's where you can get them for free. And I have some idea on how I want the pictures to look, on how the products to look on the website. So I came to Canva and I wanted to round the edges of the picture. So if you go to Canva and you go to the elements tab and you search for around the corners, you can get some frames. When you put in that frame and then you just import any picture into that frame, you can then make it look like a rounded corner photo. This is pretty much something simple that you can do. You don't really have to go overboard doing some Adobe Photoshop. So here I have all my 15 products, which are in different categories, edited, and they have been downloaded and they're ready to be added to Shopify store. And the homepage as well has a big banner in the middle, and I just thought I'd need an eye catcher banner that matches Bread and Butter. I use Canva to do that as well. And then now we can go into editing the store. Before that, we need to see how the store looks like, just like how we left it from the previous video, which is creating the policy pages, which is still working fine. And now we can just go ahead and start customizing. So now we want to customize the homepage. And like I was saying, each blocks gives you functionality on what you want to edit. So what I want to do is I want to edit the main landing page, which is the big picture that you see when you go to the website, the front page. And then I'd also like to edit some other parts, which are those featured contents. So this is how it looks now. So I'll go into the image banner at the top right, and I'll select this image, which I've already downloaded. Save it. And it would see how this looks. So there's an option to add a second image, but we're not going to do that. We're okay with just one for now. Save the page, refresh the landing page, and voila. That's how it looks. Now it's asking us to browse our latest products, and I might want to change that as well to something else. So you click on that and it will give you the functionality to edit on the side. And I just changed that to fresh from oven to doorstep, which kind of makes sense. And next up is the call to action. Shop all doesn't really ring a bell for Bread and Butter store. Maybe we just change it to order now. And when you click on that link, it should take me to, at the moment, by default, is on all products. But down the line, we might want to change that. So now we have it refreshed, order now. And I don't like how it looks like when you say it's featured products. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT and say, I'm in the middle of creating a store and I'm editing, the products and all that. And I want to categorize them into different sections and make them appear on the homepage. I got the idea on how to do it. So I'm just going to go back to the store. And the idea is to basically first you have to add all the products first. And then you create collections and then add each product into the various collections that you create. So the very first product, according to our product research using ChatGPT, had about 5 bread, 5 cakes, and 5 pastries. So the first of the 5 breads is a sourdough bread, which I just created as a product. So I just typed in the name there, and there's this generative AI in Shopify that you can just, it's that magic button that you can just put in the description, just a couple of words, and it would automatically generate descriptions for you. And that's what I've done there. And now we just give it €8. We're not going to charge tax on this product yet. So we're just, filling in. We're just trying to spam the product page with all the various products and see how the store would look like. And then in other videos, we'll start thinking about how to make it proper, like with tax and stuff like that. So that first product is created. Well, I haven't, like you can see here, I haven't added it to any collection yet because I haven't created a collection first. I just need to see how the products will look first, and then we can go about creating those collections. So like you can see that I'm using the back magic button there. I just copied and pasted the product name there, and it just give a generic description. And customizing the prices myself, I'm just going to remove the tax there. I'll save this product, and now we have at least 2 bread products. And then I think now we can go about creating a collection. So you go into the product, go to the product organization, click on collections, and type in whatever you want to create. You can see there that it wasn't there at first, so you click a button to create it. It will bring you to the create collections page. You can see on the left there, products collections. So by collection type, I would say we want to add it manually for now, but at some point we might want to put up some automation that whatever new product we add, it should automatically, add to a specific collection, maybe by a specific product tag we'll give it. So you can see here now that I'm just going back to the products and then I'm putting them in the right collection. Bread, save. And then when we go back and then we go to the collections page, we can see that we have a collection there called bread. And then we have at least 2 products in it. And we'll get rid of that homepage collection because we don't need it. Now we have these 2 featured products right up there. I don't really like it. So I want to get rid of that and then make sure I just show the collections like the different product categories rather than featured products. To do that, you go into the store theme and then you go to the block and then you just add a new block. Then I chose collections and then you can manually edit what you want to select, what kind of collections you want to display. I have it showing that bread collection showing now. Now, the featured collection that was showing previously, I'm not going to delete it. I'm just going to hide it. We don't want to mess up with anything to do with the Dawn team. So if I just hide that for the meantime, and then later on think about what to do, and that'll be great. So if I refresh the page now, the collections is not showing. So now we need to fill up the other collections, which is cake and pastry. So add more products, and after time lapse in this video, you can see that I have already got some more bread there. I'm just going to take us through how I start with a cake. So the cake products, chocolate cake for instance, I just copy and paste chocolate cake into that magic button and it will generate a description for me, which I keep. And then I add the media, I go to my cake folder, upload that photo, and then I've already gone ahead and created the collection, I think. So I'll just put this maybe 13 euro. And then I'll just put it into a cake collection. Yeah. And save. And then from this point on, we just time lapse the rest of the video. So you can see we have bread, we have cake, and then we have the remaining products now with all the pastries and all that, with all their collections as well. If you go into the collections page, well, don't mind all of these showing 0 stock. I haven't gone deep into customizing the products in terms of stock. So there's a lot of things that we need to think about as well, which will be talked about in other videos in terms of stock. And are you going to be having stock advertised like we have 10 stocks of cake or 10 stocks of bread? Ideally, I don't think that's how bakeries operate. So then now we have to go back and edit the collections and make sure that the remaining collections are also displayed. So we show cake and then we show pastry, save, and when we refresh the main website, it should now show a landing page with the collections, which is a category of the products: bread, cake, pastries. And if you go into bread, you can see all the 5 different products that are in bread. At the moment, they're all showing sold out because we haven't done anything with inventory or which is still something that is bugging me. And I'm really thinking of how to go about this. I might have to go back to GPT and see if there's a way we can come up with something creative. So for instance, if you go into lemon cake, we have the product title, we have the picture, and then we have the price, and we have the description that we generated using the Shopify AI. And then at the moment it's saying it's sold out, right? So we can't really add any products to the cart yet, but there's a couple of things that we need to double check as well. So there's a header there. There's a menu there called catalog, which brings me to all the products. I don't really like it. So maybe I might want to change the name. Catalog doesn't really ring a bell when it comes to, bread stuff. So how to edit or change a header menu. So if you go to your main Shopify admin panel, go to the navigation section and go to main menu and go to that menu, edit. And then I'll just change it to products. And when I apply the changes and I refresh the main page, that should pretty much refresh and change from catalog to products. Like, there you go, you can see it there. Now we have products page, which has products, and the catalog doesn't really ring a bell. So this sold out is still bugging me. Well, this is just adding the products to the store, and then we can think about how we can play around the stock issue. And so you're in the bakery and you have a site. Are you going to be adding stocks, or are you going to just not track quantity? So what we're going to do is, or just turn off tracking quantity, and now it's saying that inventory is not tracked. So when we do that and we refresh the main store, you can see that that sold out button is gone. So that means there's a way that we can get rid of it being sold out, but would that mean that you have stock? So when it comes to this kind of perishable items, we need to understand how are they marketed, how are they displayed, how are they advertised on their online platforms. Obviously, you're not going to go to a bakery shop online and they'll tell you we have 5 loaves of bread ready to be sold. I don't think so. So there's really something that needs to be done. I might really need to think about this. This is kind of like a head scratcher. And so, like, for instance, if I go there and I just go in and I edit the quantity to say, okay, there's 10 available, you can see there that I have 10 in stock. It doesn't really have any impact on the website. It doesn't really, there would be some functionality somewhere in the website on the theme where you can edit to advertise how many units are available. Conventional, online bakeries or whatever, I don't really see them having that. So I'm just gonna go and change these back to 0. Then in my following video, I would demonstrate how I come up with a thought process to think about how to go about the stock issue. So that's all that we have for this video. I would say we have added our first product. Next up, we have to think about how to do a test payment, or the whole checkout procedure. For instance, now that I have removed that stock limitation, we can just add this to cart and see how it replicates. So now we have the cart there and it shows I have 4 big X bread in cart and they're yet to be paid for. So that'll be in the next video. If you like this video, interested in knowing what's next, like it, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, and when the next video comes up and you want to find out what actually did I decide on it, whether to show the quantity or not, you'll be finding out. Thanks.